as you know, today's topic is about love and relationships. Relationships is a funny thing because if I dated you, I might be a doctor, right? Because different people you date bring different traits out of you. If I dated you, I might be a lawyer. If I dated you, I might be a janitor. You never know. That's why you have to be careful. You have to be careful who you date because different people bring different traits out of you. Just like with your friendships. If I have a bad friend, they're going to bring the bad traits out of me. If I have a good friend, they're going to bring the good traits out of me. So that's why we want you all to come here. We want you all to express your opinion. We want you all to say exactly what you feel and don't be afraid of it. Another thing that I want to talk about is what the Express Lane is trying to offer people here. Far too often people don't speak because they're afraid to speak. And you're afraid to speak because you have some self-esteem problem. And that is a problem. If you go back a long time ago in a world that you probably don't remember, you were a winner. God chose you over 6 billion other sperms. Do you know what I'm talking about? You see, when your daddy injected, and 6 billion of your brothers and sisters shot out, and out of all those sperms, who won? You did, right? So we're in another world now, and we have 6 billion other people around us. So why are we scared? If you can win against 6 billion other sperms, then surely you can win against 6 billion other human beings. So when you come here, okay, gotta clap? Let me clap. Let me clap. I think that just boosted my self-esteem up a little bit. So feel comfortable to express yourself to the fullest extent. And now coming to the stage, our announcers for the evening. Brittany German and Dominique Francis. Alethea Williams and Dominique Francis.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Georgia Southern's first live audience student talk show, The Express Lane. The motto here at The Express Lane is to express yourself because there is no lawyer, agent, or manager who can truly speak for you.
Our mission statement is to conquer a diverse audience in an efficient and effective manner with success and grace. TEL has 4 main goals in conjunction with each episode to entertain, educate, persuade, and most of all, inspire. It's our mission to not only attract and capture a broad audience and or fan base, but to also maintain this captivation episode after episode with the show's versatility, uniqueness, enchanting topics, and show production.
Alright guys, I just want to let you know, do not hold back anything you have to say this week. This is The Express Lane, and you express your voice here. And now we're going to welcome.
Please welcome Christina Riley to the show for her original piece entitled The Express Lane Poem. Christina is a junior majoring in English.
Give it up, give it up!
Each of you has something to say. We are each given a voice, a choice to share our view of the world. Whether great or small, we all have something to say. But far too often, our voices are drowned out by the noise of the world, by the clatter of the chatter of people who think they matter more. So what we have to realize is what's real inside each one of us, and that's a voice. A voice with words to share with others, with words to share with the world, not to impress, but to empower and to encourage. And the Express Lane is just that. A lane to express, a venue to be you, a platform to perform your innate talent, an outlet to let out what you really want to say, a place to dispel fear and have the listening ear of everyone. The Express Lane, a place of opportunities, a place of dreams, a place to be free. But we're all given the freedom of expression, the freedom to live, the freedom to be who you are, who you're created to be, a wonderful you. The Express Lane, a place of dreams, a place of opportunity.
All right. Now it's time to welcome your host, sophomore, political science major, Greg
Hey, how's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Thanks for coming out to the Express Lane, a place to express your voice. Plain and simple, we are Georgia Southern's first and only live audience student talk show. Now, Marcus and I thought of this idea over Christmas break, and we thought Georgia Southern needed a talk show, a place where students can come and express themselves about different controversial subjects that are going on in the world, the nation, and right here at Georgia Southern. Like Alekia has already told you guys, don't hold anything back. No matter what your opinion is, it will be accepted here at the Express Lane. Don't hold anything back. Now, first of all, like Marcus said, our topic is love and relationships. John Cool, have you been in love? Raise your hand if you've been in love. Raise your hand if you've been in love. Okay, Yasmin. Give it up for Yasmin. She's been in love. Come here, Yasmin. Now, what makes you think that you've been in love?
I mean, it's that feeling that you get inside. Yeah.
What is that feeling?
It's that feeling of being accepted, having that person care about you, and knowing that they consider all your feelings.
Yasmin, I love you already. Love you already. Who else has been in love? Ma'am, you been in love? You been in love, ma'am? Who else has been in love? Who else raised their hand? Oh, nobody want to be seen on the right now. That's what it is. Well, that's cool, but we're gonna move right along. Before we get started, we're gonna have our special reporters and correspondents come up and just do a brief synopsis about what love and relationships mean to them. Give it up for Deneen Hayes and Jarrell Jefferson and Christina Riley.
Hi, how's everybody? Well, my love to me means, when you trust somebody, when you really care for them, when you know that that person is the only one for you. And that's basically
Love to you means what to me? I didn't.
You didn't hear me?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Love to you means what?
It means, love to me means when you trust somebody, when you fully trust them, when you know that that person is the only one for you, when you really care for that person, when you'll do basically anything for them.
Have you been in love?
I have.
Okay, are you still with this man?
No, I'm not.
So do you still love him?
No, it faded over time.
Denise said it faded over time. Now, before every show, what I do is I ask people to fill my inbox with questions and comments that they want for the show. Now, Denise said her love faded over time, but someone wrote in my inbox that once you love someone, you can't fall out of love with them. No matter what they do, no matter if they cheat on you, no matter if they stab you, they cut you, you can't fall out of love with them. Who feels that that is true, that you can't fall out of love with someone? You? All right, come here for me. Come here for me, yeah. Go ahead, Jarrell, while she's coming.
Love to me is just an investment of emotions into one person that you trust. That's just it.
Love to you is a bank.
You gotta invest time. You gotta invest conversation. How can you love somebody you don't know? How can you love somebody?
Okay, y'all, we need everyone to please be quiet while the show's going on. Go ahead, Christina.
Love to me is being with someone who makes you feel like you're the most awesome person in the world.
Aww. That's so you said you can't fall out of love with someone?
No, I don't think so.
So there's no way you can fall out of love with someone.
No, because I think that when you love someone, something makes you love them. So they'll always have that something that makes you love them.
Have you been in love?
Yes.
How many times?
Once.
Do you think it's possible to love to love more than one person throughout a lifetime?
Yes.
Really? That's a lot. No, not at the same time, like after you break up, I got so many different controversial opinions about it. I just want to get hers. But give it up. Okay, so give it up for our special reporters correspondent. Please give it up for Senior Communication Arts major Kristen Crowder. Welcome her to the show. Please welcome Freshman Business Management major Ariel Upshaw to the show. Please welcome alumni Savannah State English and Literature major Gerald Darden to the show. Now we decided to do something a little bit different for this show. I want to choose one person out the audience who didn't even audition to just come up and be a show guest for today. Come on, this is all people that want to be on the show. Who want to be on the show? You know what? I'm not gonna do this. I need you to help me choose, okay? You're gonna be the person that chooses. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, so help me choose. You choose the person. Come on. Let's. Come on. Let's. Okay. All right, she chose you. Come on up, brother. Come on up. Give it up. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Sit right by here, the guy in the green shirt. Give it up one more time for our student panel. Great. So, Kristen, since you grabbed that mic so fast, let's start with you. What do you think love is? So many people say that it doesn't have a definition. Some people say it does have a distinct definition. Even by the people that have been on the show tonight, we've seen some controversial opinions about love. So what does love mean to you?
Can y'all hear? Okay. I don't think it has a set definition. If it did, we all wouldn't be toiling with it all the time. We all wouldn't be wondering what it really means. I think that, I still call my mom and ask her, when did she know she was in love with my dad or, her first boyfriend and things like that, because it's not supposed to make sense. I think that the beauty of it is that back and forth, that wondering, is he the one, is she the one, that kind of thing. So I don't think that it can be defined so much into a, black or white. There is a really huge gray area, and that's why we're here today. I mean, I guess to talk about that.
Are you in a relationship right now? Because she sounds like happy, don't she?
No, I'm not in a relationship right now. I don't really like to put titles on things. I don't like to. I mean, because once you put a title on something, you have to live up to that. So really, I mean. So
you think being in a relationship is a lot of hard work, and
yes.
you're not willing to put to.
No, especially not. I mean, I only have a few more months here.
Give it up for Kristen. She's graduating in May.
So that's, it's really no point in getting involved with someone, now. But that's just my personal view. I don't like to put titles on it because I have been in a relationship before and it ended very, very badly. And it is rough. About your poem, it is very rough to put yourself in that situation and then do it all over again once you've been hurt.
That's so true. And as we all know, I think it's very hard to have a successful relationship in college. Even if you've had many successful relationships in the past, well, not successful relationships in the past, but even if you've had good relationships in the past, I think when you come to college, it becomes very hard, with working and school and organizations and everything of that nature. So, Jared, I want you to explain to us how to have a successful relationship in college.
Well, in my opinion, to have a successful relationship in general, it has to be trust, it has to be understanding. But as far as in college, who can really say that they're really in love, like, let's say in college? Like, most people go from high school straight to college, and you come here, basically to focus on what's important, which is, your schoolwork and everything. And if you find someone, like, chances are that's rather romantic infatuation as opposed to real love in college. Real with you.
I never get your name, brother. Did y'all hear him? What is it? Romero?
Yeah.
All right, let's switch your mic. This one's a
Cool. Yeah, cool. I can speak up a little bit. But what do you think about what Gerald just said about in college you can't be kind of talking to people about college?
Well, I'm gonna keep 100. Like, I kind of agree with him, but not really. Now, you could you could really be in love with somebody in college and everything. And I feel him on the point where he's saying you're coming straight out of high school, you should come focus on what's important, you know what I'm saying, getting yourself together with your schoolwork, this and that and the third. But at the same time, you find that person and, you know what I'm saying, y'all gonna be committed to each other, and y'all gonna work on that, and y'all feel like y'all just got that, then that's what it is.
So, Ariel Upshaw,
Ariel Upshaw.
cool. So, have you ever been in love?
Yeah.
And what do you think is the proper way to have a successful relationship in college?
I really don't know. I just got here, but I would say, of course, trust and just make sure you're sure you want to be with that person.
Do you have a definition of love?
No, there is no definition. I just think it's a feeling and a sincerity.
Just a feeling. Kirsten, how do I let go of someone who doesn't love me back? Because I feel like more than one of us in the room have loved someone and they didn't love us back. And we were about to commit suicide, but we decided not to. But how do you let go of someone that doesn't love you back? How do you put all your trust, all your honor, all your respect to someone?
It's always going to be a gamble. I mean, with anything that we do ever, it's risk involved. And I mean, you just have to trust off, from that person's mouth that what they're saying is true. And if it's not, I mean, naturally, you're going to be angry. You're going to be hurt. It's going to take you a while to get over that kind of feeling of rejection. But I mean, it's just something. I mean, you have to almost be thankful for the lesson that you get out of that, so that the next person. I mean, and a lot of people say, well, I'm not going to love my next boyfriend how deeply I love the one that hurt me. But if you keep doing that, I think it's just going to keep perpetuating that void in your life, and you're not ever going to bounce back, really.
Cool. Jerry, have you ever left the one you love or the one you like?
Never, not at all.
Never done that?
No.
Ever thought about it?
Not at all. I mean, for me, when I'm with someone, she is the only woman that exists to me. There's no one else. I hear a lot of sucking of the teeth out there, but it's real. Like when I'm with someone, maybe my fault is giving her too much attention. They say I'm smothered.
So you've been called clingy.
Not really.
Basically, you're a clingy guy.
No, I'm not gonna go that far. I have been told that I'm too sensitive, but on the flip side, I've been called a jerk. I've been called emotionally unavailable, so I've gotten both.
You also told our executive producer that you've been called a woman beater, right?
That, sir, is false.
But Gerald, what do you think about what he just said? Coming back to what you said.
Really, I feel like you shouldn't just give somebody so much of your time. Like he was saying, I feel like I give too much time. Because dealing with my own past relationships that I just exited out of, that was the key factor in the split up, because I was telling our trip, I was like, look, we don't need to be kicking it all the time like that. You got your thing to do with your friends, I got my thing to do, you know what I'm saying? So, and she was on stuff like, well, I feel this way about you, this and the third. And I was like, yeah, I understand that, but, it is what it is, and eventually, when it came down to the part of breaking up, she was like, well, I feel like we spent too much time together.
So how long did you guys date?
Okay, with the title, what you asking me? With the title?
Yeah, how long were y'all talking?
On
serious
some official stuff, a couple months, but like I was kicking with about a year though.
A year?
Yeah.
And y'all broke up because she wanted to spend too much time with you?
Too much time.
So you broke up with her just for that?
No, I ain't just kick rocks like that, I always talk stuff like, it was just to the point where all the constant spending so much time together, you see so much somebody, you're like, I don't gotta see this nigga again. You know what I'm saying? So, it goes stuff like that. I mean, y'all feel me on this.
Okay, Ariel, have you ever been called clingy? Have you ever, has a boy ever told you that you want to spend too much time with him? Has a boy ever made you kick rocks? You never been called clingy or anything?
I don't like to buzz people like that. I feel if somebody wants to talk to me, they'll come to me, so I like to wait for people. I'll call other people clingy, because I just like my space.
Yeah. Okay, well, basically, I like what Jarrell just did. Come on, y'all. I'm getting everybody to be quiet. I like what Jarrell just did. What he did was just tell me his business. You know, he's making this into a real talk show. So what I need y'all to do is just tell me y'all business. You know, tell me what's going on in that personal life. Tell me about that one of your past relationships. Just share a story with me. Share a story with us. You know?
Is this on?
It's on.
Okay. I've been down here for 5 years, and I got in a relationship. I met this guy in my class, and we started kicking it and talking, and everything was cool. And we got together, and like 6 months into it, I cheated, and got with the guy that I cheated on him with. And you know, I can remember my mom saying, whatever you build a relationship on, that's what will break it. And sure enough, that's what happened. I mean, basically, we built it on cheating and lying and you know, not being honest and things like that. And that's exactly what broke the apart. But I cheated because I really thought that I was in love with him. I mean, yeah, it was really, really weird.
Chris, how do you cheat because you think you're in love?
I mean, here's the thing. It wasn't about love. I mean, lust was involved. Let's be real about it. I mean, it's rare that it's not. And it's unrealistic for us to say, you know, I really like the way she reads that book. No, you really like the way she walks. You really like this and that.
You ain't lying.
So, I mean, you just have to be realistic about things. But, I mean, I did. I wouldn't have put another person's feelings in jeopardy like that if I wasn't selfish enough to think that mine were more important. And when you love someone, and that's how I know that it wasn't real love, when you love someone, you don't want to hurt them. There's nothing, you're not supposed to hurt them. I mean, naturally, if you shared that L word with them, it means something.
Are you a frequent cheater?
I'm not a frequent dater.
So it's just that one time that you cheated?
Really? Yeah.
You only cheated one time. There's a hand clap right there.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Ari, why don't you give us a conclusion before we go to intermission? But obviously before we go to the audience participation.
Okay.
Yeah, a little final thought.
Okay. If you in love, don't be ashamed to say it. All those dudes don't be trying to act. But if you're not ready, just do your thing.
No thing. Gerald, give us a final thought before we go to audience participation.
For real, women are better at the game. Women are better liars. That's real. That's just being real. Women know how to hide it better than we do. We go from point A to point B. Women will go from point A to Z to Q to S to T to P to H and maybe back to B. But as far as really, for real, okay, a lot of women say, you know, men are complicated. We're not complicated. You know, women overcomplicate things for us. We keep it simple.
Well, I'm not going to totally agree with that, but I will say that I don't feel like all males are born cheaters. I don't think that all males are born liars. I think somewhere along the way, they were molded. Most males were molded into a cheater. Most males were molded into liars, and vice versa. Most females that cheat, they were molded into cheaters. They were molded into liars. So, like, in their past relationships, they cheat on so much, and they think that's the only way to do, and that's the only way to go through life is to cheat. You know, you find some girls that never cheat, they never lie, they're such good girls. Those girls have never been hurt. You know, when you've been hurt, you do hurtful things. I'm right. You need to clap for me. Girl, give us a final thought, then we'll go to participation.
Really not too much, but just really, if you feel it, and you know what I'm saying, you feel like you gotta love somebody like that, pursue it. You know what I'm saying, be real with them, keep it 100 from the get-go. And don't expect somebody in a relationship that you ain't willing to put in the same effort towards, really.
Cool, Kirsten, final thought.
My final thought, I guess, just love moderately. It's the only, I mean, if you want to say, you know, I mean, your heart is a very valuable thing, and you can't just keep giving it away to everyone. Just as the first show we talked about sex, I mean, these things are valuable. You want to save it for someone who it's truly worth. And I mean, that's my opinion about it. The L word is a very, very sensitive thing. If you tell someone that and they're gullible enough to believe you every time you told them and you don't mean it, then shame on you. Because this is a really important thing. And shame on me too, I'm not exempt.
Cool, so at this time I'm going to open up the floor to audience questions and comments. Come on, nobody has anything to say about love or anything to say in response to the panel? Ashley? Cool, I'm going to come down here. Oh wait, actually London just won Senator of SGA for next semester. She'll be one of the senators of SGA.
I just basically want to make a comment. It's about something you said earlier. I have been cheated on before, but it hasn't made me a horrible person. It actually made me a stronger person in my relationships. And I know how it feels to be cheated on. So when I do go into relationships, I go into it with a mentality not to cheat on them because I know how those feelings are. So it actually made me a better person instead of making me like a bad person.
What I was saying is that all people, I was saying some people that cheat in their life are molded. I wasn't saying that all people. Yeah, just some people. Give it up for Ashley. Anybody else need a couple more questions and comments from the audience before we go to intermission? What's this young man's name? So it's like a little swing that you saw him come on. Okay,
Love is for everybody.
Alright, who else wants to say something?
How do you let down someone that you're supposedly in love with, or you've been in love with, but for some reason it's not working?
Was that a question like to us or to him? Just anybody?
Alright, who wants to answer this question?
You got it.
How do you let go? Okay. How do you let go of what?
How do you let down or let go of someone that you've been in love with for so long or whatever, but for some reason it's not working for you?
I want to answer this question. Alright, cool. Tell them the truth. At this time, we're going to go to intermission. We're going to have Statesboro High School's course come up and do 2 selections. They're a club that meets outside the school day. It is by audition only. The Statesboro High School course and show choir recently presented a spring show entitled Movies in Motown. Tonight, they will be joined by 2 GSU choir members, Pierre Cook and Justin Bennett, as well as Chris Hendricks, who is a 5th grader at Sally Z Elementary School. Presenting I Want You Back by Josh Missy and Ashley Hort. Ain't no mountain high enough. Give it up for Statesboro Court.
Okay, this is, we were waiting, Pierre was doing double duty at your show choir, he was at your show choir, so we were waiting on him to come, so give it up for Pierre. Alright, so we're going to also introduce to you now, I'm Lisa Mulder, I'm their director. Hello. Thank you for having us tonight, and we're going to introduce to you the up-and-coming, you may want to stick around and get his autograph, in 5th grade at Sally Z Elementary School, little MJ, Chris Hendricks.
Give it up, give it up. Wow, that was wonderful. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Give it up for Statesboro High School. All right, this time we'll have Yasmin Imran, Samantha Young, and Jessica Sparrow come on up. These are your future leaders of the school. President, Vice President, that's the position.
Vice President of Academic.
Vice President of Academic Affairs. Okay, cool. So, Samantha, what are your plans to do with the school as SGA's president?
Well, we have a lot of things up and coming for you. First of all, we want to redesign the leadership at SGA. That way we can better perform for all of you. But we're going to look into academic affairs. Does anybody have fabulous advisement? Their advisors are just the best. Okay, I have 3 hands out of about 200. Well, that's going to be our first initiative. We're looking into academics because that's what you're here for. So you will see reform in that area first through Miss Jessica Sparrow, who is our Vice President of Academic Affairs, and Yasmin Inman, who is the Vice President, Executive Vice President, is going to try to work to get you a precinct here on campus. It was promised to you by your local probate judge, Judge DeLoach, and we're going to see if we can move toward that direction. That way you can vote in local elections right here on campus.
Give it up. Cool, so Yasmin, what are you planning on doing as Vice President?
Sam just said it for me, but working with the local probate judge, DeLoach, to get the local precinct to actually have a polling place on campus. So you don't have to go over to Pickman Park or wherever you're living on campus. You have to go to different locations to vote, but it'll be actually right here on campus for you to vote. So that's what we're working towards as with my position.
Ooh, an all-female exec board.
No. No, everyone's not here. My Vice President of Auxiliary Affairs, which is everything you can think to complain about, parking, Eagle Dining Services, the university store housing, that position is filled by a sophomore named Alton Standiford. I don't know if y'all know him, but he's the man on the exec board. And the other female, who is a senior here in the College of Health and Human Sciences, her name is Tia Jones-Lawrence, and she will serve as the Vice President of Finance.
Cool. Justin, why don't you just give us a final thought for the new plans for next year?
Well, it's going to be very exciting, and I just want to say that, we're all here to help you. So if you have any questions, concerns about anything, we're here to help. So feel free to come to our offices. It's over there in the Office of Student Activities. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
Get up at SGA. No problem. Okay, this time we'll get right back into the show. We have, for the second student panel, we have Rashonda Knight, a freshman majoring in exercise science. We have Akila Peel, a freshman majoring in middle grades education. And Kristen Jordan, a sophomore majoring in broadcasting. Cool, and I need one panel out in the audience. Anybody want to, come on, brother in the purple. Come on up, give him a hand. Okay, who's on the panel? Who's in love on the panel? Who's in love right now on the panel? Nobody's in? Kristen? Okay, give it up for Kristen in love. Cool, so what makes you love this chick?
I actually I'm in love with God.
You're in love with God? Okay, cool. So even nobody's in love. Okay, cool, so we'll just move right along. Does anybody have a definition? Nobody still has a definition. Okay. What's up? Rashonda has something to say.
Well, I guess my definition of love is my favorite quote, and it is, love is giving someone the power to destroy you, but trusting them not to. And it's just like when you're in love with somebody, you just give them your all, and they let you up when you're alone, like you just don't be like that.
Yeah, so Kristen, has anyone ever taken your love for granted? Such as cheating on you, lying to you, things of that nature?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Elaborate. I feel like the one time maybe my love was taken for granted was it was a situation where me and the young lady were dating for a while, and the maturity level just wasn't the same. And I'm not the most mature person in the world, but she just kind of had her crowd, her friends were younger than I was, and she took that was more valuable to her than our relationship. So she just kind of
She put her friends over your
yeah,
relationship.
like whatever that was in her ear, and she'll value that opinion more than you know what I'm saying what it actually was.
How many guys in the room feel like a lot of girls put their friends over your relationship? Oh, y'all don't want to admit it, huh? So come on, this is Express Lane. Express your voice. Go ahead, lady. Go ahead. So the girls feel like guys put their friends. No. Okay. Go ahead.
I feel like if a dude does say, okay, I'm in love, that means he's in love or whatever, he's gonna listen to his female or whatever. But the females are the one that always has their nagging friend and they blah blah blah, he ain't this, he ain't that, you need to do that. You know what I mean? That's how I feel like.
Oh, he got some boobs. So Akila, I want you to respond to what he just said.
The only time they can probably, okay. The only time that maybe the guy can say that my friends are nagging is because he's being sneaky or they're right most of the time. So they are right. So when my friends are in my ear, they're right, but I can't see it at that time.
Okay, I need a guy on the panel to tell the audience how far is too far when a female begins to tell her friends every little detail of y'all relationship, of y'all personal relationship. I need a guy on the panel to elaborate on that. How far is too far when every detail is being exposed?
I'll go. How far is too far? Anything that's good and positive to put me in a positive light, feel free. But when it comes to the point where you're trying to like anything that somebody could, you know what I'm saying, use against me or, you know, if they see me giggle to themselves underneath their breath, anything that's gonna like disrespect me that you don't think, I would tell them myself, then don't tell them. So anything positive, feel free. If not, then
Cool. Why don't you tell us one about your personal relationships? How, has a boy ever taken your love for granted?
Yes.
How?
I mean, like, I was with a guy, we was together for like 2 years, and then like towards the end of that second year, you know, he stopped like making time for me, you know, stopped calling me all the time, you know, just not putting into a relationship what he put in at the beginning.
In the beginning. Why do you think he stopped?
I don't know.
Because the thing is, I think a lot of times people say bad things about their partner, but I think we need to look in the mirror and we need to say, well, I'm not putting Rashonda down. I'm not putting Rashonda down, but I'm just saying, I just think it's important to ask yourself why. Why did he stop calling me? Why did she stop coming around? You know? Come here, Alekia, because she just keeps talking. Come here, Alekia, come here. No, give it up, Alekia. Come on, stay on stage. So let's go back to your first comment about you think guys are the people that put their friends over your relationships. Elaborate on that.
I think that it is most of the time guys, because girls are more like sensitive, and when you want to chill with your boyfriend and he be like, oh, I'm about to go chill with my friends or something, that with me, it kind of make me like, dang, you don't even want to chill with me no more. I just think it's the other way around, that more boys like spend most of their time with their friends.
What were you just about to say, Martin?
Well,
What were you saying something
Give it up for Lady. Go ahead, Kristen.
I just want to say, as far as like friends go, I feel as if women or females in general open up a little bit easier as far as with their emotions than guys do. So with that being said, if we talk about love, true love, if you a guy and you're saying and you're willing to admit that you love a female and you're willing to hold her hand in public, then what your homeboys are saying really shouldn't affect it. You know what I'm saying? If it's true love. So maybe we just talking about relationships in general, but if we talking about love, yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? My homeboy be like, yeah, she ain't nothing, she gets in that in my ear, but if I really love her, then that's not really getting to me like that.
Now you hit it right on the button. That's the thing I want to talk about next is what is true love. So many different perspectives and opinions about what love is to begin with, and then you go into true love. So Akila, what is true love?
I'm not really sure because I've never been in love before.
Okay, Jarrell, what is true love?
I'm pretty sure y'all have heard it before, but I think true love is when you start hearing all those happy love songs and you start thinking about a certain person. Or, you know, when you go to sleep thinking about that person and wake up thinking about, you know, they're in your head all day, wondering what they're doing, how they're doing. I think that's what that is.
That brother is deep. Your brother is deep right there.
I don't know y'all have been in that situation before when y'all with somebody, that's how y'all think about that person.
Well, I think what you're talking about is like the initial. Does anyone think that once you spend so much time around someone, you're around them every single day, that you kind of tend to fall out of love? It's like, whoa, back up. Now, no, really, does anyone feel that way when you want to surround someone so much, too much, you kind of fall out of love, out of life with them? Cool. Okay, Rashonda, did you have a definition of what true love is? Okay. Okay, cool. We're gonna go back into the audience, questions and comments.
I just want to know, like, what's the difference between a relationship and love? I mean, no, when you're in a relationship, you gotta have some type of feeling for this person. But I'm not saying that it's deep. I'm not saying it's deep love, but you care about them a lot. I just want to know the difference.
Lakia, who hurt you? Who hurt you? Is he in the room? Okay, well, keep going. I'll explain. Give it up for Lakia. Would anybody want to answer her question about what the difference is between a relationship and love? Brooke. Give it up for Brooke Hooker. Is it Hooker or Hooger? I don't know, but we need Brooke to say something, either response to Lakia or what love means to you.
Raise my hands. A relationship, you can be in a relationship and not be in love with somebody. A relationship is just a relationship, friendship between a male and a female, or just female and female. Not no gay stuff, just friendships. But being in love with somebody means, like they said, you trust that person, you understand that person, and that's your significant other. It's just not a relationship, it's something deeper than that. Don't call me no longer.
Have you been in love before?
Yes,
How many times?
twice.
Cool. We're gonna move on. Any more questions and comments? Okay, everybody pointing at his brother back here. So. There's no question. We just have open up a discussion for audience questions and comments. You can say in response to what Lakia said. You can say something in response to what Brooke just said. Anything you want, brother. You can tell a sad love story, anything.
I answer questions, bro. Like, what's the question? Give me a question.
What is love to you?
Alright, first and foremost, A is in patio bow. My partners and them, you know what I'm saying? Slug, Smurf, like y'all niggas. Pepper putting y'all niggas. All the niggas up there, my partner, on stage, my partner, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's what all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Shit, what am I gonna say? What is love? What is love? That's a hard question, bro. That's a little bit too vague. Can you give me a specific?
Have you ever been in love?
That I have, sir.
What makes you think, or what makes you know that you've been in love with this woman?
Well, it's more than love when it's more than sex. It's more than money. It's more than material possessions. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's way deeper than that. You know, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning phone calls and 7 o'clock text messages saying I love you, good morning. Different things of that nature, you know? It's just simple things, small things, you know, to let the person know that you love them. They love you right back.
What's your name, brother?
My name is Ron Regal. You catch me on Facebook or MySpace. Shout out again. David LeMay EV, Eagle Village, Southern Pines Campus Club. I fuck with y'all. Cambridge over there, Charlotte, Patio, AFN, Bouncer,
Give it up. I forgot his name, but give it up. Misha Nicole Perry Wilson. This sister right here is. This girl is too deep. She has 100 notes on Facebook. Every time I turn her on, she's writing a new note. So I want her to stand up and say what love means to her, or just say something in response to what somebody said tonight.
I think love is when you want to give somebody all of you. Like, everyone before them doesn't really, it's not that they don't matter. You take everything that you learn from everyone before you and you just want to apply it to them. I think when you'll give anything to make it work and when they help you grow. I wanted to know if you could love someone without trusting them. If it was ever possible.
Is it possible to ever love someone without trusting them? This girl right here just said no. Was that you or was it you? Oh, it was you, okay. Is it, hold on, Lake. Okay, go ahead, Rashonda.
I think that's very possible because towards the end of my relationship, like I did begin to stop trusting my boyfriend, but you know I'm still in love with him. And like even now, like I'm not in love with him, but I still have love for him. But you know, I don't ever think I can trust him as much as I used to. You know? So I think
Cool.
it's possible.
I mean, the sister up here to say, is there, can you love someone without trusting them? I get everyone to please stand up when you talk.
I think that you can love somebody without trusting them because just because you love somebody don't mean they're willing to do everything to make it work. If somebody cheats on you once, that don't mean you right off the bat still want to trust them, but you still may have that love for them, regardless of the situation. Sometimes you can't trust everybody that you love because some people just aren't trustworthy, but that doesn't change the way that you feel about them or how much you care for them.
Cool. You get Miss Kristen Crowder over here. I'm gonna get this girl right here, then I'll get Kristen. Sorry to call you girl. What's your name?
Miriam.
Come on, stand up for me.
Like, what's the difference between loving somebody and being in love with somebody?
The question was, what's the difference between loving someone and being in love with someone? Kristen, hold on, I'll be right back. Kristen, you want to speak on that? What's the difference?
I don't really have a direct answer to that question, but I have been holding this comment since I left up there. Everything that we know, our generation knows about love, aside from what we might see at home if both of your parents are still together or if your mom or dad has a significant other, everything that we know about love and about relationships comes from movies, comes from songs. You have to understand that that is not how it works. If you treat every relationship like how they treated it in Love Jones or how they treated it in Waiting to Exhale and going through his closet, you're gonna end up in jail. And things like that, it'll get out of hand, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do them just how somebody, cut up his shirts and all that stuff, or lit his stuff on fire just because somebody breaks your heart. We have to understand that that stuff is a fairy tale, what we were taught. This Prince Charming mentality is not real. So whatever version of love you want to go with, however someone makes you specifically feel, I feel like that's the most important thing. Is everybody's definition or everybody's way of loving somebody is going to be different. And don't just base it based on what you see on movies and TV.
You have something to say in the mic, Alekia?
When you're in a relationship with somebody, you can't love them though. When you just in a plain relationship, I feel like you can. You can really love someone and not say you're in love because y'all in like a relationship. But you can tell each other that you're not.
By the way, Alekia is hosting our next show. She's hosting our next show. By the way, we have pizza immediately following the show. We have some little bit of pizza. But I just want to make a comment about what Kristen was saying about don't pay attention to movies. Come on, y'all, we need everyone to be quiet. Don't pay attention to movies, don't pay attention to friends. If you think you love someone, then be in love with someone. Don't let your friends talk you out of loving someone. Because your friends can talk you out of your next Obama. Your friends can talk you out of your next Hillary Clinton. Don't let your friends and your family or your mama or your daddy do that. If you love someone, if your heart is into them, then be in love with them. Cool. Go ahead, Keila.
I got a question for the crowd. I wanted to know, to be in love, does it have to be mutual, or like does it have to be mutual to be in love?
Alicia wanted to comment. Alicia Williams is also president and founder of Artistry by Alicia. Give it up for Alicia as she stands up and answers her question, can it be mutual? Stephanie. Stephanie Steger.
I don't think love has to be mutual, but I do feel like when you're in love with somebody, it's because they love you back. I also feel like
when you're in love with someone, you're truly in love with someone, you love yourself enough. That's the difference between loving someone and being in love with somebody. You can love your friends, you can care about somebody, you can be around somebody and just, want to spend 24/7 with them. But when you're in love with somebody, it's completely different. It's your mind, your body, and soul, everything is into that. So you can be in love with someone and they don't feel the same way about you, but it's different than loving somebody.
I have a question. Okay, honestly, have anybody ever had unprotected sex in here? Like, be honest. Be honest. Have anybody ever had unprotected sex in here? Raw dog, let me stick it in for 5 minutes, 3 pumps, go. Be honest. Okay. The question is, if y'all can trust somebody with y'all bodies, how can y'all be in love with somebody but trust them to have unprotected sex with y'all bodies? How y'all do that? Like, how can y'all have unprotected sex and trust somebody with your body but won't trust them with your heart?
So basically, why are you having why are we having unprotected sex and not in love with these people that we're having unprotected sex with?
Alright. Well, stand up, alright. But on some real stuff though, you know what I'm saying? Sex is a physical thing, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? When you begin booting and stuff, people just have these one night flings and stuff. But for real, I'm being real here, it's a talk show, right? Can I cuss? I'm gonna keep it clean. Alright. You know what I'm saying? We have the one night flings, you know what I'm saying? And it's also a physical thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might wanna, do it with somebody just out of a lustful thing, you know what I'm saying? You just want what's down there and what's up there and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But if you love somebody, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a physical, a spiritual thing, they're supposed to connect with them mentally, both physically at the same time. So, a lot of times when people just begin booting and stuff, it's just because I just want what you got, you know what I'm saying, physically.
Let's get Alicia a mic. We'll have Alicia and this brother. No, not a battle, just a talk show. Okay, go ahead, Alicia.
By you just getting some booty, you not understand that you are getting, when you lay down with that woman, lay down with that man, you transfer. And by you transfer your spirit. And when every woman that you have sex with, she get a little piece of you, and you get a little piece of her. You ever heard the quote, somebody say, oh, we've been together so long, we act alike? It's because you transfer spirits. So when you lay down and get that booty from that girl, you're taking a piece of her and she's taking a piece of you. So you don't think it's the emotional connection between that woman and that man? And then on top of that we can talk biblical sex. Sex is with a man and a woman. It's supposed to be a reproduction of love between a man and a woman. So while you're getting, ass from this woman, that could possibly be your baby mother, or that could possibly be your wife, that could possibly be someone in your life. So that woman that you're meant to transfer your spirit to could possibly, in your life. So just think about what you said.
I understand totally where you're coming from, but I think you mistook my words, what I was saying. See, every time I, have sex with a girl, I ain't gonna even front, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no nigga who be dogging his own ass. Huh? I'm sorry, but that's what you say. I ain't gonna say I be dogging these girls. I had sex with 4 women in my lifetime. All of them I've been in love with. Every time I lay down with a girl, I wrap my shit up. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to get them. I'm sorry, because she get me mad, you know what I'm saying? She trying to, calm me out. Every time I lay down with a female, you know what I'm saying? I put my condom on, you know what I'm saying? Because I know the dangers out there. That's another love, you know what I'm saying? Because if you got to, the audacity to lay down with a female, the least thing you can do is wrap your thing up, you know what I'm saying? Because you could spread some disease, some juices or something, they can just mess all up, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So by you putting the condom on, you protecting both of yourself, which is also another, not only respect, but another love, whatever. So don't come to me thinking, you know what I'm saying, I just go out to the club and I just like, hey you, I want you, let's do it. No, it's not like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't dog females like that, you know what I'm saying? I understand it's a spiritual thing, you lay down with a woman, it's one-on-one, y'all supposed to connect or whatever. So, you must be talking to these other dudes out here, because I don't do that, you know what I'm saying? So,
He's good. Go ahead, brother.
Like she was saying that sex is supposed to be emotional and everything, the connection between a man and a woman. I agree as far as like the women go, women hold their emotions with sex and everything, but I think guys, their emotions go more towards kissing or whatever. A guy ain't gonna kiss every woman he sees, you know what I mean? If he kissing a girl, that means he really like her. But you would go have sex with every woman you see if you could.
Huh?
I was saying, I think a guy holds his emotions more so with kissing over sex. Because a guy ain't finna just kiss any female he sees. But if he could, he would have sex with any female that would let him.
So, is there a guy in the room that wouldn't have sex with every female that would let him? That's what I'm talking about. Give those males a hand. Give those lion males a hand. Give them a hand. Give them a hand.